So hopefully now we should have a better quality of internet. God knows what's happening with my internet. Anyway. We want the undead to have some animations, so let's program that now. This one is gravy. Undead soldier. Animations. Do we want it to have a weapon? I don't know if I want it to have a weapon. The attack. Did I already look at this? Okay, so that is... So we've got attack 1. That can be a basic attack. Kind of something else, isn't it? Hey, you can look wherever you want, pal. Like, it's perfectly alright. I hope that you're having a good time. I didn't know you're from Ireland, man. The Irish accent, mate. It's something else. Let's see. Square Peg makes games. I love the name. How are you, my friend? Are you alright? I'm glad to hear it. I'm very glad to hear it. So, basic attack for the undead zombie. I think I've got it. I mean, yeah, it's so in Germany for 3 years, my accent is best. Yeah, I can imagine, mate. I can imagine my partner is from New Zealand, and her accent after being in the UK for a while, it's like, I'm like, that's not how you say that word, but also that's not how you say that word either. I feel you, man. I feel you. Direct related to the project at hand, but have you had any change in Gasp default animation? So, example, walk, jog, run. That's pretty much what I based my entire channel on. Blacklight. Yeah. So this project here is all different Gasp animations for the player and on enemies as well. So this is an enemy here. I think this current enemy is set up to be a goblin, but only with a sword. But also I kind of love this character, so I'm kind of just going to show it off a little bit. Here we are with our sword stuff. That's Mr. Goblin. He's going to do a funky run in a second. Oh no, he's just going to straight up kick my ass. It's funky run. I love it. Can't remember what I had set up on 3 or on 4 is Muay Thai. So 4 is being able to run around with your fists up. And 5 is, I think 5 is like reverse blades or something. So the enemy, yes and no. So data tables, the enemies are set up on data tables because it's easier for me to then modify their attacks. So they've all got the same sort of basic level of attacks. They've got basic, long range, spin attack, and ground smash, with more attacks that can be added later. And then that's your melee setup, and then the magic ones have like a barrage attack, a Hadouken attack, a heal, and then a ground smash as well. And because it's set up this way, it means that I can then go to the attack system and, sorry, apologies, the enemy system. And then wherever I'm calling barrage attack, I can just pass in the barrage anims here, which means that I can just keep using this code for like 12 different enemies that have 12 different types of barrage attacks. So it's really versatile. But in terms of the actual animations, no, the animations for the locomotion, and that's where it sort of gets separated. So you've got locomotion and then you've got attacks. The attacks are all set up on data tables here. So if I've got 9 enemy animation sets, but the locomotion stuff is all set up on choosers for the game animation sample project, which, like, I know your project's like PlayStation 1 stuff, so this just wouldn't suit that project, but it's really powerful. It uses like trajectory based prediction analytics to choose which animation's coming up next. So it's good. What animation sets am I using? This is a project that I am being paid to do. So I got all the animations sent to me. So there's a vampire one, a golem one, a goblin sword one, a paladin one, police, succubus, undead. I think most of them are made by the same guy, because you can tell by the way that the animations are named and how many of them are. So I think they're all from I don't know. Where are they all from? That's a good question. 2 secs. See if I can get you an actual proper answer. Where are they from? Yeah. I don't know where they're from. I wasn't told. So apologies. I can't answer that. But I think they're all from like the same person. Let me go to Fab. Let me see if I can find some. Strange Cube, thank you for joining us. I hope you will. If I wanted to make my own animations, what would I do? Oh no, Daddy, no, what are you doing? You've not like started paying me, have you? Please no. I beg you. Oh mate. I don't know what you're gonna get out of it. I haven't got anything interesting set up, but I'm super appreciated. If you wanted to make your own animations, how would you go about it? I would ask someone super kindly. No, Cascader is probably the best animation tool set up so far that I've seen. Yeah, Cascader. But it's like anything, man. It's just a learning curve. Personally, until I've got like full game mechanics and stuff, I just wouldn't be too bothered about it. I'd just use very default animations. Let me see if I can find. There's a specific mage animation that this guy uses. There we go. So it's probably likely the animation sets are from here. I know it's not much of an answer, mate, but I do a code rather than do animations. So yeah, I think all the animations that we have or using are from this guy, 9CG. Yeah, they will be. These dual swords are definitely in this pack. So, God, man. Yeah, I mean, they seem cool. I'm not encouraging you to buy any animations. I ain't getting paid to like sell animations to you. I'm just getting paid to update this into game animation sample project. We're on the undead zombie. So undead. Run 2. I don't think these are going to be very good personally. But we'll give them a go. So undead. Attack 3. So let's go to the idols and the succubus, and we'll duplicate that and find it, and we'll duplicate that and do undead, and we'll move that here, and then we'll open up this and we'll go to the undead. Oh great, I did Put this one in here, and then we can check out what this guy looks like. Looks pretty good. So then we need to make this loop so it continues and turn on the root motion and the root lock. And then make sure it can't reselect itself. This is so counterintuitive. Like, what if you're not moving? You would really want it to like reselect itself. It's so bizarre. So that's the idles done. Go back here. Untick this, and then we just make sure that each of these other ones are unticked. Yep, beautiful. Do undead. What's everyone working on, man? How, like, I've seen a few things from obviously people that follow me and people that post and stuff, and like everything looks super exciting. But like, tell me what are you working on? How's it going? Like, sell it to me. Sell it to me in like elevator pitch. So this is our walk. Or we'll duplicate that. Go here, duplicate that, and change that to undead. And we'll open up the walks. And then animations. Walk. That's the complete wrong. Thank you for joining us, my friend. How are you this fine day? Are you well? Isn't Gasp hard to work with? Yes and no. I would say it's only hard to work with because there's not a huge amount of information out there, and therefore a lot of it is trial and error. I think once you understand it a little bit, it becomes a lot easier. But then when you get stuck, it's really annoying. But it's like anything with game dev and stuff. So I'm good. I'm very good. I'm just chilling. It's great to talk to people, see what everyone's up to, and yeah, just have a nice time. So that is the walk loops for the zombie. They're gonna look really cool. Now we just want the run ones. Change that to be undead. Make sure that's not ticked. Then duplicate this and just undead. Dark Studios. Hello, my friend. How are you? Thank you for joining us. You having a good day? Let's see. This could be interesting. Might have too many walks. Might not have enough runs. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Like zombies don't tend to run too much. That's going to be interesting. So we'll get rid of that one for a sec. I want to design a Shadowman AI, something like when you shine a light on it, it flinches for too long, it will split into two. I don't know if it'll work, but hey, that's my weekend. Okay, okay. So kind of like a Genshin Impact slime. If you like damage it, it splits into two, and then splits into two again, and goes like down in size. That sounds cool. I don't think it's going to be as hard as you think it is. Like your flashlight just does damage to a character, and when it reaches a certain threshold, then you spawn an extra character. I think that would be fine. Okay, I think that would do the job. You either spawn the extra character, or you spawn two of the same. Yeah. I don't know if you like want to shrink them like the slimes, but that's how I would be looking at that potentially. But I'm excited to see what you do. I think your new devlogs are a nice one. That latest one was like Nostalgia Trip Central. It was great. Undead. So I'm toying with this one a little bit. Because it's only got a walk animation, and by default, most of these things run. So I need to add a way of changing its default to be walk. So I wonder if I can just, so this might end up being silly. Go to the run loops and then change it so that it's like that. And then we'll give that a go. This might end up looking absolutely ridiculous. I'm dead. Look how cool that looks. There's like a disconnect between, because it starts on its run and it's running for something. So maybe I can make it so that it doesn't run for any of them. Movement state. So just need to hardwire its gait to be walking only. Might come back to that. Yeah, might come back to that one. Paladin's fine. Police is fine. No, police isn't done. So let's go to the police. Hi, Vladimir, how are you? Hope you're very well. So, how would you go about making a health bar like in Lies of P with 3 values, current, missing, chipped HP, and chipped has to start from current HP? How would you go about in a health bar like in Lies of P? So, I've not played Lies of P, so although it's on the list, but like the list of games to play is beyond massive. Current, missing, and chipped HP. And chipped has to start from current HP. That's an interesting question. Let me. Yeah, 3 burials could work. I need to just see what this health bar looks like. There's a P. Health bar. Why? I just want to see the health bar for Pete's sake. It does look cool. So the red one is the health, I'm guessing. Does that make sense? And when it goes down, then it reduces. Is it like a health in between? Yeah, I mean, you could do it as a dynamic material. It depends what you want, because like you would need it to be a dynamic material to move down, but then you would just overlay 3 health bars together. And then, like Danny says, one would be your current health, one would be the previous current health, and then one would be like the health. I'm not sure how like the current, missing, and chipped stuff actually works. Like current and missing seems like Dark Souls, where you lose some health and it goes down. So then it would just be what the current health is and what the previous health was. And you just have 2 progress bars like that. I've gotten fully distracted from what I'm meant to be doing, but that's fine. So it'd be. Let me create this new folder. So we want widget blueprint. So let's see. If you block, you get chipped HP, like a more transparent red, and if you take damage again, you take reduced damage with some being chipped anew. So I made it so I can recover and take chip damage. I just need to display it. Yeah. So health bar. WPP. Let me just duplicate this. Good. WPP. Canvas panel in the hood. And then progress bar in here. Just set this to 1. Yeah, blue, gross. So then this would be health bar WP. Oh, wait, did I get the right one? Yeah, health bar WP. There we go. And then you just duplicate it. Make sure it's in the right spot. And then so if you've got 3, pretty much, man. Yeah, like that's the simplest solution. So give me give me 10 seconds. I want to set progress bar, set percent. Is that gas shock horror or asking me about game animation sample project? Either way, yes. this one into this one, and this one. So here's the first one, and there should be a percentage that's just appeared. In percent, there we go. But we will need to make the material transparent. And then the next one would be like this, and then you'd have one like this, and then you just make them the render opacity and stuff. So that you'd have much better colors. Let's see if I can change the color. Okay. Bam. There. And then each one of these would be a different sort of health that you would mess with. So, I mean, you should put more effort into this than I did. Like math. Yeah, don't start me on math. I've got no clue on math. I do, but yeah, this would be how I would basically set it up, just so that I had 3 different kinds of variables and health bars, and I would then just overlay them and get them looking how I wanted. Mess with some the materials and get that sorted too. But yeah, that's how most games handle it, I believe. At least that's what I'm away. Mate, it's only 8 o'clock here. I'm going to be awake for a little while. I might like drop off to put my kids to bed, but I will be awake and kicking for a little while. I quite enjoy it. Like, I get work done, and then I just got super distracted because someone had an interesting question. So now I get to delete the folder that said delete me. Which didn't delete. I love Unreal. There we go. So yeah, like, it's good. I enjoy it. The talking to people is obviously hugely distracting, but it's very rewarding as well. So it's fun. No, 8 p.m. Like, if it's midnight, mate, you need to, like, I can't, I'm old now. If it gets to like 10 o'clock and I'm not in bed, I feel it the next day. Like, I'm old. I remember being a kid and being able to like stay up for a very long time and handle my alcohol, but now I'm old. No, everything knocks around my ass. What we're doing? We're doing this police animation set, aren't we? Which is this one. I've already done the runs, I've done the walks, I've done, yeah, sweet, okay. So we're looking for good attacks. That's a cool one. This is a project that someone has requested for me, so it's like a commissioned project, and I just want to get it done. But it's a cool project. Like, there's a lot. They've provided some sample code and some animations and stuff, and they just wanted it put into Gasp. So they're paying for it to be done. The stream will be available on YouTube. I did delete the last one just to stop me doxing myself, because I put out my like personal email and stuff. Not that I'm like overly afraid of it, but it's just better to not have that out there. But this one should be fine. I've not managed to reveal my full name or anything like that in this one. Like a bit of an idiot, like I was in the last one. Yeah, this one should be fine. This one will be out, and you'll be able to watch it. Although the majority of it will just be me absolutely talking waffle. So hopefully that'll be alright. This one's not got many attacks. That's really. So let me Danny on an all-nighter fear, mate. I'm with you, man. Like, my youngest kid came back from a sleepover the other day, and she was like, "I stayed up till 12 o'clock," and I'm like, "You're insane. How do you do that?" I remember doing it as a kid, but yeah, no, I don't want to ever do it again. How did I learn Unreal? YouTube or classes or just trial and error? So, I've covered this before, but I will do it very quickly. When I started a year ago, having not known anything at all, I just watched some tutorials, and once I realized that actually, yeah, I kind of like this. This is all clicking. I like the theory behind it and the learning. I paid for this course here. This is a Unreal course on Udemy, and it's very good. They'll teach you like about interfaces and event dispatches, and there's a whole like sections on maths, and you do your first 3 or 4 projects in here. So it's very good. I wouldn't pay full price for it because it's like on sale every other month. I think full price is like £50, but I got it for like £10. So whatever that is in your currency. And then after that, there wasn't Gasp came out like pretty quickly after I started, and there wasn't really anyone doing anything in Gasp. And I'd never done like YouTube before, and you could probably tell if you watch my earlier videos on like my audio is awful and stuff. But I started learning different things, and a couple of people asked me like, "Oh, can you show us how to build some traps?" So like my first couple of videos are just me building traps, and teaching people how to build traps. So like they're super basic, and then no one was watching them, and I was happy when I got like 1 or 2 views, because it's so cool. And then I was like, well, let's just release these traps for free. Like maybe it'll help people develop, and people seem to like that stuff as well. So just went from there. And Gasp is a thing that's just trial and error because there's not many people around that are doing game animation sample project tutorials. So that's all just trial and error. So that was very long-winded like history and stuff. So you want to watch my whole live stream to see how to actually, because I also brought the paladin packs, and I want to convert my normal Gasp project into a fully fledged character controller. Yeah, I'm not sure how much you're going to get out of the stream when you watch it back, because I'm not going to go through and explain stuff as I'm doing stuff and trying to speak to people at the same time. I think my head would honestly explode. But by all means, like if you've got a question, and like you've watched it and there's something that you want to ask or anything, then yeah, drop it in the Discord, man. I'll answer. Have I released any project like games on Steam, or mostly just sharing stuff? So we have done 3 game jams. So I think, after you've been doing stuff for a little while, like I think 6 months is probably the best thing for me. And then where's my game jams? Dashboard. So after you've been learning for a while, then I think you should always enter a game jam. So my first game jam was this, and the video is on the channel, so you don't actually have to play the game, but the game is there. And like this was it's like a 5-minute walkthrough. It's like a walking simulator, but you can pick up items and you can hear a story. It's it's a really short game. It's about Alzheimer's and just like memories and stuff. So it's quite deep, which is not something that I would have said do on your first game. But I fully voice acted this, and that was horrendous. I'm not a voice actor at all. This was our second one. This is called Everdeep. This is a lot more to do with like his Devil May Cry type thing, but not as deep, because in a game jam you don't really have much time. So there's all sorts of AI in here and different weapons and combos in this character as well. And then the Free Norseman is our latest one. You can tell we've got better because like our menus are better and or this is better. And this is sort of like a Souls like. This was done for boss rush, so you fight 3 bosses in here, and yeah, you get 2 different weapons, and there's lots of stuff on there. So this one's good. Like, I haven't. There's no game on Steam currently, but there is a game in the works. I think I've got a Steam page for it, but I'm not ready to show that yet. But there's stuff in the works. A little planning goes a long way. Yeah, don't get too bogged down in planning though, because like when you start doing it, it all goes to poo. And then that's cool. Like, I've not even touched this project for the past like 5 minutes. So it's just one of them. Not a question, just want to share that I'm currently trying to recreate the shoot dodge mechanic from Max Payne 3. That's awesome, man. That's really cool. There's a fab asset that is like a dive-in shooting mechanic that I have. Where is it? I don't remember where that is. Shooting. Dive. I hate this. Oh, there's so many things I change about this, but the first one would be to have favorites. But that's awesome, man. I think if you can make that work, that's going to look really cool. Like time dilation and like FUDs on the ground and stuff. How did you go about making bosses? Is it difficult, or is it simply animation and AI behavior? AI behavior, mate. The Ali Elzahari tutorials, like that's gonna get you 50 to 60% of the way there. Honestly, that AI tutorial is insane. It is basically what this is, and the whole Free Norseman like AI system is built off the back of it. Like, it's super easy. The tutorial is not super easy, but once you've got a handle on it, it becomes much easier. Is there any tutorial for UI design for games like AAA have UI in just a building foundation? No, I'm not an artist. I hate art. There is a I hate opening up my web browser and then seeing all the blooming sad stuff, man. It's proper depressing. Where is... yeah, that's fair, but like you'll learn a lot by deleting stuff and fixing it and breaking it. Like you should always break stuff. Too many game devs on this. There we go. Where is his UI stuff? Lost it. Just type in UI at the top, you donut. Yeah, so there's like a UI tutorial here that's pretty useful. Depends on what you have to. India lacks talent in game devs, and it's like, yeah, it's interesting, man, because like when you tell people that you want to be a game dev or like you start making games, everyone like scoffs at you. But there are people out there. There's some seriously talented people. I don't know if they're gentlemen. I'll tell you what. I'll put it over here. Find the video or find the guy, and then move it back so I don't blind you. Let's go. Community mentions. I don't know where this guy's from, but he's doing I can't pronounce that. I'm sorry, I really can't. He's doing a Gasp type superhero game from I can't pronounce that at all. I would offend someone if I tried to. But he mate, it's good. Like, it's nice. He mentioned me as well, so I'm hype. Oh, is it? Yeah. So I didn't know where he was from. I presumed he was from somewhere over that way, just because of the naming and stuff. But like, very good game dev. Doesn't do tutorials, sadly. That's cool. Oh, awesome. That's good to know. Watch them recreate that. So it's good. Right, back to work. What would you use for human characters? In what context? Like, for like the characters, the animations, for the movement, like, yeah, context. Give me the use case, bro. This guy's got really awful animations. Like, don't want to use no like crazy good. This one's like the best one, but it sucks. Police basic 1. What would you use for making a personalized character for a game like realism, not stylized? Metahuman or Cascader, but that's like art, mate. I can't. I don't want to say can't because I think if I put the time into anything, I could do most things. But I say most things because like you challenged me to run an Iron Man, I'll be gasping. But yeah, like Metahuman would be where I started, and then I might move it into Blender or Cascader, or any sort of thing. I don't want to say AI, but I'd be like, I just don't want to say it, but it's there, and it's only going to get better, whether you agree or not. Apart from game dev, am I playing any games for entertainment? Uh, no, I don't have time for games. I did spend. I did play Doom. Someone brought me Doom. It's like a thank you for something that I did, which is really nice. So I streamed Doom, and like Doom was cool. I like Doom. And then I see what the latest one, Dark Ages. But like this is my first computer that I've ever brought. So what to do? Where's my library? Like this is my library. Like it's got nothing in it at all. Doom the Dark Ages brought for me. The First Descendants is free. I've put too much time into that game. It's ridiculous. Half-Life, all of the Half-Lives were brought for me. Portal 1 and Portal 2. And then I brought all the Total Wars because I'm a sucker for a Total War game. That's my childhood. So yeah, I haven't brought many games on here at all. I'll tell you what is a cool game. Oh, so this is my game that's on Steam that I'm not going to show you, but it's here. Where is it? If you see it, like this might not be your jam, and that's perfectly fine. But this is a super impressive game. Like just the way it works, the procedural generated stuff. Like my kids, my missus, they love this game, and it's super impressive how it's made. Am I a 40k fan? No, I think this is free. Not me, it's fair. Like I don't, not on PC. Like played consoles for years, so most of my stuff's on consoles. But I only brought this PC a year ago, and this is my first PC that I've ever brought. So I've not. Yeah, I mean, I can show you my specs on my PC if I remember how to get there. That is not how I get there. So you're like, oh, he's like, he's a cool game dev and all this sort of stuff, but he knows absolutely nothing about computers, which is ironic, right? Yeah, like, I'm telling you this. So like, this is the PC. It's not. I didn't. I walked into the shop. I said, I want a PC to be able to run Unreal and do all this stuff. And he went, this is how much it is. And I went, yeah, let's go. True story. I wouldn't say I'm no, not the Go or an Unreal guru, mate. I'm just a bloke. No, just a bloke. Oh, bro. You like saying words, and I can honestly say that I may very vaguely understand what VRAM and SSD are. I know what RAM is, obviously, but like, yeah, man. I find that people that measure themselves with their computers, because it happens, like, you jump in any Discord and people are like, oh, what specs your computer? And you're just like, it's this. And then it's like, well, mine's better. And I'm like, okay, cool. I don't care. Like, what's the game that you're working on look like? That's what I care about. I don't care about your computer. So, like, I'm not, yeah. My computer's good, cool. Honestly, I think as long as you can open Unreal and program, that's good for me, man. Do you know what I mean? But I feel like I've come across horrible. I really don't mean to. It's just, yeah, too many people asking about computers and how powerful your computer is when all I want to know is some Quicksilver samples, man. They're insane. Like 100 GB for that Dark Ruins one, and it's used in pretty much every environment tutorial I've ever seen. So, yeah. Right, I knew what I was doing. I was going to change this basic attack. I kind of wanted this one to be a. I have, like it, Magnet VFX. It's not on my channel. The AAA animations one. Which one? The 5,500 animations, or the 1,700 ones? God, that's so bright, isn't it? Let me see. Okay, give me a sec. I'll just chuck you a link. There you go. That's the 5,000 one. Oh, mate, like they're 2 GB each. It's so much, like, to download them and then move them around. It's nuts. But yeah, like they were just sat on my desktop, so I just thought, just give them away. I can't. There's no. If I charged them, then that'd be morally wrong because they're free. It's just saving people time. People can say time is money and all that, but it's not. It's not really fair to charge people for things that were already free. As for Magnet VFX, yeah, I've seen it. I've seen his stuff. Like it's super impressive what he's done. I just wish that the end product resembled what he was actually like putting out. Like basic attack. Change that to an array. Is gonna absolutely break everything, which is good. It's absolutely broken everything, which is sad, but it will. Because now I can do. But I earn money from my job. Like I get it, but I'm not going to say any names. But if you look at people's Patreons that are charging for like one-to-one support, it can range from like 50 quid an hour to like 150. Um, so I like don't want to do that, especially because like I've not released the game, so I can't. I'm not going to say yeah I'm a game dev. Like I feel like I am a game developer because I'm developing a game. But I'm not like a qualified game dev or anything. I've not got a game to my name, so how can I say that? If that makes sense. Just a bloke messing with Unreal and sharing things that I think could help people. The animations currently using from Paladin, the anim set, or from the 5,500 anims. The animations that we're using are from the Paladin anim set and other anim sets. There's a real mix here. The 5,500 ones are all the Paragon ones that are just retargeted to the mannequin, and you can then retarget them to the Gasp mannequin. They're it's better to have that file at 2 gigs than the 80 gigs of other stuff, because like you had all the characters and everything in there as well. Yeah, Ali's one's good. Like if you speak to I've had the opportunity to speak to the man, the myth, the legend. He's a really sound bloke. It does not many. The majority of the animations in there are locomotion animations for the characters in there. There's probably maybe 10 animations each for the characters, different sorts of combat. So, given there's like 16 characters, there might be 160 combat animations of different types in there. It's not a whole. It's not a whole combat pack. No. Goblin sword basic. I think that's going to be the wrong one, but. Danny, I super appreciate you becoming a member, my friend. I'll add you to videos that I shout out. And thank you so much, man. I appreciate it, man. I'm really looking forward to seeing where you go with your channel as well. Yeah, it's been good speaking. So I appreciate it, man. Have a good night. I don't know how you've lasted so long, Shadow. Just go to bed, bro. Like, get some sleep. Appreciate you sticking around, and yeah, next time hopefully we'll speak again. It's been absolutely a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you so much. Oh mate, always the good vibes, man. I think I've messed up on this one. Okay. Goblin shield. basic one. Yeah, no, I'm very much the same. Like, it's better than just scrolling through whatever on the sofa and like just not actually doing anything. I use the word productive, but I feel like I'm being productive when I do this sort of stuff. Like, it's not wasting my time, sort of thing. So it's good. It's good. I don't think like playing games or anything is a waste of time. I think you should always follow what you like love to do. But for me personally, I would rather be pushing myself to learn something and surrounding myself with the people that are also like that. This one doesn't have a basic attack, so that's fine. ChatGPT be like, yeah, 1+1 is 4, and then yeah, all right, yeah, I feel that. Uh, what's the math that you got so far? Or where are you at so far? What have you managed to do? Uh, uh, at the minute, you got current health divided by max health equals normal health bar. Yep, that's right. It's good. It's progress. So what's the next? What's the next step? We need to remember what the old current health is, so that you can have a bar behind that stays at that for the time being. Or like, how do you want it to work? If you say like Liza P, then I'm not sure that I can help because I don't know what that is. Put it into words, man. Damage system. The old current, is it not the new current? Or if you want it to show as like a white bar that decreases, so that again, it all depends on what your use case is, right? So my theory, alright, I'll take a look. My theory is that you get hit, and then when you get hit, you're allowed to heal up to that certain amount. So once you get hit, if you're at like 100, no, let's say if you're at 60, you get hit and takes it down to 50. You can heal up to 60, but not further than 60. But if you get hit again, then it goes down to the next amount. But I could also just be chatting. Base. Where did I sell this? Is it in attacks? No, that's attack info. You know when you do something, like, I can't remember what it is that I did. Like, I know what I did. Hi, wondering, have you tried making a snowboarding game before? I have not, but that does sound awesome. I did wonder if, because like Tony Hawk's came out recently, right? And like that game is pure nostalgia, not just like 1 and 2 is next level awesome. 3 and 4 I didn't play, but if it's anything like the soundtracks for 1 and 2, I'd want to play it. So I did wonder about making skateboarding and snowboarding game. I believe that Code Like Me has a tutorial on that. I don't know how good it is or how old it is, but I believe they're probably the people that you are looking for, which makes it sound like a Star Wars villain. Attack base. Attack. No, that's not what I want. Where am I setting? Enemy base. Does this? No, I'm gonna be in melee, enemy, enemy, melee. There we go. So what we want to do is we want to get this one. Then we want to get a copy. I mean, that's fair, but I haven't seen any others. Like there were, yeah, I've not seen any others. Be cool to do though. Then we want to get the link for this. This is where, yeah, random. Nope. Random integer. Sweet, that works. And then what we'll do is we'll just put a breakpoint on this. I'll put a breakpoint on this, that's really frustrating. Put a breakpoint on this. And this undead enemy has 2 attacks. So we crash the computer. See, even with what people tell me is a really powerful mistreating, we have still crashed our computer twice. Because Unreal be Unreal. Lucky I did save everything before I compiled. People are like, do you compile and save? I'm like, no, save and compile. Save and compile, bro. Is he running 2 separate attacks? Can't tell. There it is, there's the breakpoint. View. Okay. So the max length for this is 2. And this returns integer 0. So this returns 2 minus 1. Sweet. And yeah, beaut. That's working as we want it. So now we can change it so that it does a random basic attack out of the choices that we have, which is awesome. On a basic sword attack here. Goblin sword basic. I'll do. So now if I've got really awful animations or whatever, it'll just choose like loads of basics. And that's perfectly fine. You. Okay, right. That's that bit done. So we've got enemies of all different types that we can now go to the data table and change. So goblin, sword and shield. Goblin, sword only. The golem. Paladin. You know, the like then we got a succubus and undead. Get rid of the succubus because that's a whole different thing that I need to fix. Vampire and a werewolf. And these are all running, still sticking with 106 frames a second, and they're all running different choosers. different animation sets. Oops. Let's toggle that off. I like the werewolf's attacks, to be fair. So there's obviously some work to do with some of these, but like, this is... He did not like that. This is like 10 enemies, all running different animation databases, all perfectly fine, maintaining 120 frames, all got different attacks, all got different post-search databases. Don't know how that guy's gotten all the way over there. So, like, we need to do some stuff to make it a bit fancier, but for the most part, I'm quite happy with it. Like, it'd be great if they were all a different actual character, but, you know, we can only do what we can only do. Why wouldn't I tell you? GPU. The only reason I wouldn't tell you is because I don't know how to show you. This is my processor. I think this is what you're asking me. I hope that makes sense. I hope that's what you want to see. If it's not, then let me know. Let's see. Told you, man. I know jack about computers. The GPU. I know where we're going. Yeah, no idea. Can't show you. Don't know. Sorry. I literally walked into the shop and said, I want to make video games, some of the computer. If you tell me where to go, I'll happily go there, sort of thing. Right, let's get our character sorted out. Play animation. We want some good attacks. What have we got? I don't want to do a wedge jump attack. What the hell? That's pretty cool. God, how long's that combo? Man's doing some karate kata. Yeah. You can start with combo or two. Start with that one. Let's get our player. Yeah, I mean, they're not mine. I'm not I'm not gatekeeping animations or whatever. They're just resume combo, resume combo. Slash and slash. Right, let's copy those. Grab that. Let's paste them there. So you start this one, end it here, start a new one. Ooh, that's horrible. So might be too short. Let's have a look. Start it here, and then probably ends here. Do a new one here. Let's just test it and see what happens. And then there's another one. There. Alright, let's see what happens here. This. Alright, we need to turn the root motion on. That kick's pretty nice. Why does he feel like he's like Karate Kidding the entire time? What? I kind of hate working with physics. I kind of hate working with physics in Unreal. It's pretty annoying. Like, what the hell is substepping? What the hell is substepping? Like, that sounds pretty crazy. This into a combo window is horrible. Okay. So let's change some of this. Mate, you're not wrong. Might have to do this. I should be doing this for everything, but I just haven't. That does look better. God damn it. Muay Thai. Animation. Where's the rename? Muay Thai. Basic. Right. Let's see how it looks when we have actually retargeted and done it properly. This is the idle animation. Can't do anything about that. Does that look a little bit better? Can't tell, honestly. Maybe a little bit, like, it's not really much. The idle animations on this are... Maybe not then. Maybe it is me. We should match it. Search database. Dense. Idols. Go here. Or F8. Why does that look different? Well, that's interesting. Okay, well, that's one to add to the list of things. Because like the combat animation seems fine, but there's a massive hunchback when I play it in real life. Interesting. Okay. You've never seen these tabs before. This is the chooser table, mate. This is the brains behind the animations in game animation sample project. If you, so normally you would have the animation blueprint, and there would be a bunch of like layered blends per bones, and you might have a state machine that does lots of different things, which would look kind of like this. That's probably what you're used to seeing before. But the game animation sample project uses choosers to drive all the animations. So it's completely different and super interesting, but not basic. That's the word, without trying to be offensive. Shouldn't need to retarget anything to this. But I already have. Hmm. So the mesh is the inner one, and the skeleton mesh is the outer one. Why aren't they matching? They're basically the exact same character. What? Because that looks loads better. Other than the fact his wrists are flying off. Huh. That's interesting. Right. It is 9 o'clock at night, and I want to go and read my kids a story. So you got the chip showing. That's awesome, man. That's progress, man. That's awesome. But when I parry to recover it, the health bar does not update it. That probably just means that you're not passing in the update for when you parry to the health bar. So I'm sure, like, it's the same for when you take health, but opposite. So you just multiply it by -1. You just got to make sure that UI is reading it. So yeah, we'll call it there. Thank you very much for joining us, and I hope you have enjoyed. And any questions you've got or anything, the Discord's open, and we'll catch you in the next one. Have a lovely rest of your day, guys.